I'm Joe Reed, and this is Behind the Mic with AudioFile magazine. Kendra Winchester is with me for the whole week, and I guess our theme is atmosphere. Thank you, Kendra, for that theme. So, what are we talking about today?
So, our audiobook today is Black in Blues How Color Tells the Story of My People by Imani Perry. And it's read by the author. And this is the author's kind of rumination on the color blue and how it's connected to African and African American history and culture. And I didn't really know what to expect going into this book. I knew it would be beautifully written. It's Imani Perry, but I didn't expect to enjoy it maybe because I'd never experienced a book like this that just contemplates a color and ruminates on that and its connection to Imani Perry's culture and family history and all of these different things going on that she's covering. It's just such a beautiful listen.
Well, she is a multidisciplinary intellectual, and when that's done right, it is so interesting because it shows you facets of things, at least shows me, that I've never really thought about before, thought about in that way before.
Yes, exactly. I think that's a great way to put it. She's able to make these topics come alive with the way that she invites you in to the listening experience. She kind of starts with this anecdote of, I think it's either a young cousin or a nephew or something who's talking about the color blue, and it's many different kinds of different colored blue, and she uses that as a launch pad to go back into the history of people in West Africa who dyed indigo and brought that to the Americas when they were enslaved, and how that tradition is still part of African American culture today.
And of course, we also talk about I would imagine that she also talks about the blues metaphorically, as in music, for example.
Yes, yes, and she covers a there's a lot of coverage of music that is just so informative. I had no idea about all of these different themes that were in it, but she's able to tease out these ideas around the color blue, lyrics and ideas around the color of blue in music, and it's just so well done, and each chapter kind of takes a different look at the color blue and its connection to African and African American culture, and you learn so much, but also it's a beautiful experience to listen to it because she just brings you in, and it's so captivating.
Yeah, she is a wonderful writer. She did a great biography of Lorraine Hansberry, and she won the National Book Award for nonfiction for South to America, which is really an extraordinary book.
Yes.
Beautifully written. It's a great, great history.
South to America is one of my favorite nonfiction books, and that's the first book of hers that I read. So now I am just picking up anything that she writes, and she performs the audiobook, and I really appreciated the rhythm and the quality of her voice. Some listeners might find her a smidge slow, but you could, I guess, use the speed up feature for that. But I found the way that she describes and the way that she reads her prose is just so interesting to me, and the rhythm and quality of it. I thought that was really interesting. I know we've talked about her performance before. Did you think that this performance is better than a previous performance you weren't as much of a fan of?
Why don't we listen first, and then I'll tell you what I think.
Okay, sounds good.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Black and Blues: How a Color Tells the Story of My People, written and read by Imani Perry.
Which is your favorite color blue? I asked Ian, my first cousin Jillian's youngest child. Even then, when very small, he knew an encyclopedia of shades. He'd refer to objects as teal, burgundy, mustard. This time he pointed. That one. There, in my grandmother's bedroom, where we had all slept as children, a tile was missing from where the ceiling had been dropped to save on heating costs. The gap was now a portal. Through it, the original blue of the room was visible. Not pale and grayish like the walls. The blue was bright, like the sky in August. That one. Me too, Ian. Me too.
So, now that people have had a chance to listen to her, I have to confess, I had the same problem. I like the sound of her voice, the quality of it, but her narration is very deliberate and really slow. I would have a hard time listening, though this is a book I very much want to read.
Well, I think it'd be interesting to see listeners, deciding and seeing what they like. I feel like maybe this is
Mhm.
another Marmite type performance.
Exactly.
And so everyone to each her own. But
Absolutely.
I'm definitely interested to see if folks give this a try and see what they think.
That is Black and Blues: How a Color Tells the Story of My People, written and read by Imani Perry. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you tomorrow, Kendra.
All right, talk then.
Don't forget to stop by audiofilemagazine.com, where you can find reviews for literally hundreds of audiobooks so you can make an informed listening choice. I'm Joe Reed, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.